You know, they say procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill. Ah, the sweet siren call of procrastination. We've all been there. You sit down at your desk, ready to conquer that mountain of work. But then, your mind starts to wander. Maybe you start daydreaming about being a superhero, or you suddenly develop an intense interest in the life cycle of a fruit fly. Before you know it, the day's over, and your work is still untouched. Procrastination, my friends, is the art of making tomorrow's problems today's nightmares. It's like eating a giant marshmallow. At first it's all fluffy and sweet, but as you keep going, it gets stickier and tougher until you're stuck in a marshmallowy mess. Now let's talk about students. They are the undisputed champions of the procrastination Olympics. They can turn a 2-hour assignment into a marathon of epic proportions. Suddenly, cleaning the room, sorting out socks, even staring at the ceiling becomes vastly more interesting than cracking open those textbooks. But here's the kicker. Procrastination is a bit like that sneaky ninja that creeps up on you. It's all fun and games until the deadlines start looming. Then panic kicks in. The once manageable workload morphs into a monstrous pile that would make even Hercules sweat. And the effects? Well, let's just say they're not pretty. Procrastination can lead to stress, poor grades, and a slew of late-night cramming sessions. It's like a domino effect. One late assignment leads to another, and before you know it, you're buried under a pile of overdue work. So it's clear that procrastination is not our friend. It's that frenemy who seems fun at first but leaves you in the lurch when things get tough. It's the villain in our academic journey, the kryptonite to our Superman. So we've established that procrastination is a no-go. Now what should we do instead? Let's dive in. Habit number 1, planning ahead, because honestly, who likes last-minute cramming? Now let's dive into the nitty-gritty of our first habit, planning ahead. It's like the old saying goes, failing to plan is planning to fail. It might sound cliche, but it's definitely true when it comes to effective studying. You see, when you plan your study sessions ahead of time, you're setting yourself up for success. Imagine this scenario. You have a massive history paper due in a week. You could wait until the night before, pulling an all-nighter fueled by energy drinks and desperation, scrambling to put together a coherent argument. Or, you could take a different route. You could start today, breaking that mammoth task into bite-sized pieces and tackling a little bit each day. Which one sounds more appealing? This is where the beauty of a study schedule comes into play. A study schedule acts like a roadmap, guiding you through your academic journey. It helps you to allocate your time wisely, ensuring that you're not wasting precious hours on unproductive activities. And when you stick to your study schedule, you're less likely to fall into the trap of procrastination. Let's consider another example. You've got a big math test coming up. If you plan ahead and start studying a week in advance, you can cover all the material at a relaxed pace. You'll have plenty of time to understand the concepts, work through the problems, and even seek help if you're stuck. Compare that to a last-minute cramming session the night before the test. You're racing against the clock, trying to memorize formulas and solve problems, all while battling the mounting stress and anxiety. The difference is clear, isn't it? So the next time you're faced with a daunting academic task, remember to plan ahead. Break it down into manageable chunks, create a study schedule, and stick to it. It might take a little bit of discipline and self-control, but trust me, it's worth it. So remember, a little planning goes a long way in saving you from last-minute panic. Moving on to habit number 2, prioritizing tasks. Because not all assignments are created equal. Just think about it. You have a pile of tasks in front of you. Some are urgent, others are important, and the rest, well, they're just there. It's easy to get overwhelmed, isn't it? But here's the trick. You don't have to do everything at once. In fact, trying to do everything all at once is a recipe for disaster. Instead, let's talk about prioritizing. Picture your tasks as a pyramid. The top of the pyramid represents your most important and urgent tasks. These are the tasks that need your immediate attention. They're the essays due tomorrow, the presentations next week, the projects that are crucial for your grades. These are your top priorities, and they should be tackled first. Next, let's move down the pyramid. These are tasks that are important, but not as urgent. Maybe it's a reading assignment due in 2 weeks or a group project that's a month away. These tasks are still significant, but they can be scheduled for later dates. However, keep in mind, later doesn't mean last minute. At the base of the pyramid, you have tasks that are neither urgent nor important. These could be tasks like organizing your notes or cleaning your study area. While these tasks aren't critical, they still contribute to a better study environment. Prioritizing tasks in this manner allows you to focus your energy and time on what's truly important. It helps you avoid the stress of last-minute scrambles and all-nighters. It's about being strategic with your time and energy. Remember, it's not about how many tasks you can juggle at once. It's about understanding the importance and urgency of each task and tackling them accordingly. And it's okay to say no to tasks that are not important or do not contribute towards your goals. So, the next time you're faced with a pile of tasks, don't panic. Take a deep breath, prioritize, and tackle them one by one. Prioritizing tasks helps you focus on what's important, avoiding unnecessary stress. Habit number 3, taking regular breaks. Yes, you heard that right, breaks. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, isn't studying about endurance, about pushing through? Well, not exactly. You see, our brains are not designed to maintain focus for hours on end. It's like running a marathon without a water break. Sooner or later, you're going to collapse from exhaustion. And trust me, an exhausted brain is not your friend when you're trying to master quantum physics or Shakespearean sonnets. Taking regular breaks is like giving your brain a mini vacation. It's a chance to rest, recharge, and get ready for the next round of studying. This is not just some feel-good advice. Science backs this up. According to the Pomodoro technique, named after a tomato-shaped kitchen timer, working in short bursts with regular breaks can significantly improve focus and productivity. Here's how it works. You work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Every fourth break, you take a longer one, about 15 to 30 minutes. These breaks give your brain a chance to rest and consolidate the information you've just studied. It's like hitting the save button on a document. If you don't hit save regularly, you risk losing all your hard work. But remember, a break is not an excuse to check your social media or watch the latest episode of your favorite show. That's not a break. That's a distraction. A real break means stepping away from your study space, stretching, taking a walk, or even just closing your eyes for a few minutes. And yes, it may seem counterintuitive to take breaks when you're under the gun, but remember this, it's not about how long you study. It's about how effectively you study. And taking regular breaks is a proven way to boost your effectiveness. So the next time you find yourself struggling to focus, remember habit number 3. Take a break. Your brain will thank you. Remember, breaks are not a waste of time. They're a way to ensure your study time is effective. Habit number 4, using technology wisely, because your smartphone can be your best study buddy or your worst enemy. Picture this, you're studying for an exam, your phone sitting innocently by your side, you're in the zone, really nailing those flashcards, when suddenly a ping. It's a message, a tweet, a like, a share, an update. Your focus wavers, you reach for your phone, and just like that, your study session is derailed. This is a tale as old as smartphones themselves, a classic example of technology's double-edged sword. On one hand, we have a treasure trove of knowledge at our fingertips. On the other, a Pandora's box of distractions. See, technology can be a powerful ally in your academic journey. There are countless apps designed to help you organize your assignments, manage your time, and even learn new concepts. For example, productivity apps like Evernote can help you keep track of your notes, while educational platforms like Khan Academy can provide a wealth of supplementary material to reinforce what you've learned in class. Additionally, the internet offers a vast array of online resources, academic journals, ebooks, scholarly articles that can be crucial for your research. And let's not forget about online study groups and forums where you can exchange ideas and insights with fellow students from around the world. But let's face it, the siren call of social media is often too strong to resist. It's easy to lose hours scrolling through feeds, watching videos, or playing games, and before you know it, your study time has evaporated into thin air. So the key is to strike a balance. Use technology to your advantage, but don't let it control you. Set boundaries. Designate specific times for checking your social media or playing games. Use apps that block distractions, or set timers to remind you to take breaks. Remember, technology is a tool, not a master. It's there to aid you, not hinder you. Harness its power wisely, and it can propel you towards academic success. So use technology as a tool, not a distraction. And finally, habit number 5, getting enough sleep. Because believe it or not, all-nighters are not a badge of honor. Now you might be thinking, sleep? Really? But I have so much to do. Well, let me tell you, sleep is not just about resting your body. It's about giving your brain a chance to process and store all the information you've been feeding it all day. It's like your brain's nightly housekeeping routine. During sleep, it sorts through the day's experiences, deciding what to keep and what to discard. It's during this time that short-term memories are converted into long-term ones. So if you're pulling all-nighters and skipping on sleep, you're essentially throwing away the key to your memory palace. Moreover, Sleep affects your ability to concentrate. How many times have you found yourself reading the same sentence over and over again because you just can't seem to focus? That's your brain begging for some shut-eye. Without enough sleep, your mind becomes foggy, and your attention span shortens, making it harder to grasp new concepts. Now, let's talk about the pitfalls of sacrificing sleep for study. Burning the midnight oil might seem like a good idea at the time, but it's a short-term solution with long-term consequences. Regular sleep deprivation can lead to a whole host of health issues, including weakened immunity, mood swings, and chronic fatigue. And let's not forget the impact on your academic performance. Lack of sleep hampers your ability to recall information, solve problems, and think creatively. So while you might feel like you're gaining more study time, you're actually just making it harder for yourself to perform well. In a nutshell, sleep is not the enemy of study, but an essential ally. So make it a point to get a good 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. A well-rested brain is a more efficient brain, so don't skimp on sleep. So, there you have it, the top 5 study habits and time management skills every student needs. Let's take a moment to recap and really let these ideas sink in. First off, we talked about the importance of planning ahead. It's all about having a clear vision of what needs to be done and when. Creating a study schedule, setting realistic goals, and sticking to them is a game changer. It's like having a roadmap that guides you through the academic wilderness. Next, we dove into the art of prioritizing tasks. Not all assignments are created equal, and understanding which tasks to focus on and when can make a world of difference. It's about identifying the elephants, those big, intimidating tasks, breaking them down into manageable chunks, and tackling them head-on. Then, we discussed the significance of taking regular breaks. Contrary to what some may believe, breaks aren't a luxury, they're a necessity. They give your brain a chance to rest, recharge, and assimilate the information you've been studying. It's like hitting the reset button, so when you return to your studies, you're refreshed and ready to absorb more knowledge. In the fourth place, we explored the smart use of technology. In this digital age, there's a wealth of resources at our fingertips. From study apps to online flashcards, technology can be a powerful ally in your academic journey. But remember, it's a tool, not a crutch. Use it wisely, and it can help you reach new heights of academic success. Lastly, but certainly not least, we emphasized the importance of getting enough sleep. Burning the midnight oil might seem like a good idea in the moment, but sleep deprivation can hinder your ability to learn and retain information. A well-rested mind is a productive mind, so make sure to catch those Z's. Each of these habits and skills plays a vital role in your academic journey. They're like pieces of a puzzle, each contributing to the bigger picture of successful study and time management. But remember, it's not just about knowing these habits, it's about incorporating them into your daily routine. It may take some time and effort, but the rewards are well worth it. So as we wrap up, I encourage you to take these habits to heart. Try them out, see what works for you, and don't be afraid to tweak and adjust as you go along. After all, every student is unique, and what works for one might not work for another. The key is to find your own rhythm, your own balance. Remember, good study habits and time management skills are the keys to academic success. So, go forth and conquer those textbooks. If you like this content and believe it will work for you, do like, share, and hit the big subscribe button for more comprehensive content on succeeding in college. Thank you.